Good afternoon and welcome back to Q News. My name is Michael James and I'm back with another very special guest for you today. Now, our guest today is from across the oceans, but he is here in Australia, originating from Calgary, Canada. And our guest's name is Spencer Craig. Now, he is part of a very exciting, a very fabulous event that is taking place very shortly in Brisbane. The event is Blanc de Blanc Encore. And it is just something a little bit special. And I brought Spencer along today so that he can tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see it and his role in the show. Good morning, Spencer.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I am very, very good. So let's get down to it. This is a big, fancy show. It's Blanc de Blanc. And the name, when you hear it, I go, oh, what is that? It sounds very, very fancy, very bougie, but what is it? What's happening when we go to see Blanc de Blanc in the Spiegel Tent?
Yeah, so Blanc de Blanc Encore, it's a high-level French-themed cabaret. Lots of high-level circus from all over the world, hosts, comedians, clowning, lots of singing, dancing. It's kind of an eclectic mix that makes it, I guess, technically a cabaret. And it's a similar show that we had here in 2019, but it's kind of a revamped, updated version.
So I'm feeling like it's a bit of a more intimate Cirque du Soleil style event. Am I going to get that kind of vibe from there?
Yeah, it's similar, definitely with the circus aspect. It's very similar to Cirque du Soleil. A lot of our performers are ex-Cirque du Soleil alumni. Definitely the show is a little bit more risque than Cirque du Soleil. It's a lot more adult themes, more nudity, but the circus acts in general are very similar to what you would see at Cirque du Soleil. A lot of our performers are ex-Cirque du Soleil alumni. So it's you'll definitely get that high level technical aspect from the show, but it's a lot more silly and fun and a lot more cheeky than Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, I like a little bit of cheeky. I like a little bit of nudity. I like a little bit of risque too. So that all works for me.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. Now, I remember seeing back when we used to have Spiegeltent all the time, part of the Brisbane Festival. It would launch outside City Hall. And it's this interesting kind of like a wooden style circus tent. And I was always fascinating seeing the building. And so you say it's cabaret style, and I'm picking the cabaret and the Cirque du Soleil style things. Have you got like performers performing above the patrons? Are they on the stage in front of us? So where are we when we are watching the performance?
Yeah, well, that's the great thing about Spiegel Tents. It's more enjoyable for both parties, for the performers and for the audience members, at least in my opinion, because we're a lot closer to everybody. It's a lot more intimate, and we can kind of get into everybody's business and perform above and beside people way more than we could in a big tent, which is why the Spiegel Tents are so special for a show like this.
Well, it sounds very special, and everybody obviously loved it. Now, it was back in Brisbane back in 2019, and it's toured the country kind of before and after that. But of course, we had our delightful friend, Mr. COVID, decided to come in and interrupt all of that. But you've been part of that touring process before, and now we've kicked off again at the beginning of this year. What's it like being taken out around the country? How much have people been loving the show?
It's been great. We've been super, super excited to get back on tour after COVID. It was a nice 2-year long little vacation for us. But it's been great. The audiences seem just as excited to see us as we are to see them. So it's been nice. We've been back on tour now as soon as we possibly could back in February, and just been jumping around the country, and people have been fantastic. The audiences have been very excited. I think everyone's very excited to see some live shows and live circus again after COVID.
No, absolutely. I would go and watch people do like gardening on stage at the moment just to go and see something. But there's so many great things out there, and so many great talent. I was looking at all the things that all the people in the cast have done, and particularly you. Now, you are not just a performer, you are a silver medal winning performer. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, the act that I do in the show here is an aerial hoop duo with my partner Caitlin, and we've been doing the duo now for almost 6 years. And when we're not doing this show, we travel around the world like the rest of the cast, and we've done multiple festivals in China and Europe and all over the place with the act that we have here in Blanc de Blanc. So it's very nice to be able to fit the act into a Spiegel tent and bring it all over Australia. It's a pleasure for us.
And what were those 2 medals that you said you got for the performance?
Yeah, we won a silver medal in China in the Wuxia Circus Festival, and recently another silver medal at the Soleil Circus Festival in Italy.
That's pretty impressive. He said it was
Yeah,
an
it
aerial.
was.
He said it was an aerial hoop act. Is that sort of, we'll be seeing you like swinging from the ceiling and throwing each other around? Is that the sort of thing we're looking at?
Yeah, it's like a metal hula hoop hung from a rope, if you want to simplify it, I guess. It's similar like a trapeze or anything, but we fit the 2 of us on it, and yeah, that's right.
No, that sounds really interesting, because I'm thinking of all these things taking place inside this tiny tent. It really sounds like it's going to be amazing. I say tiny tent, but comparatively to a normal like circus tent, it's going to be a really interesting atmosphere with all these things going on.
The Spiegel Tents are a nice medium-sized tent, I would say, comparatively to other shows. It's a perfect size of a tent, I would say, for the performers and for the audience members.
Beautiful. Well, I can't wait to get along to come and see it. It sounds like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, the season is going to be kicking off on the 27th of July, which is just around the corner. If people want to come and get their tickets, they are kicking off from $59 plus the booking fee, and they can go to twilitelectric.com.au, where they can go and grab tickets to Blanc de Blanc Encore, and they can see the very gorgeous Spencer Craig flying around in the air, doing his act with his partner. So we very much look forward to seeing it, Spencer. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, look forward to having you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very, very much. My name is Michael James. Make sure you stay tuned. Coming up in the next few weeks, RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 2 kicks off. And again this year, I will be bringing you our exit interviews with every single queen from the season. And my first bit will be coming to you right after the season premiere, which kicks off this weekend coming. Can't wait to see you. Stay tuned. As always, subscribe to all of the buttons below so you can stay on top of all of our Q News videos. Thank you very much and have a great day.